Hey, what's up, YouTube, man? I hope I got the energy to do this right, because this is something I've been wanting to talk about for quite some time. Because as you know, we're coming up on 2012, and everybody's always talking about the next step in the gaming generation when it comes to the big three and what their plans are. And quite frankly, I'm just going to go up and say it right now. I think the next gaming generation is going to suck. At least for the first year or two. Alright, so let me go ahead and try to explain what I'm talking about on that one. Because you see, here's pretty much what's going on. I don't know. I'll say this, I don't know. I really don't know how long Nintendo's been working on its new on the Wii U. I really don't. I mean, they brought it up last year, but I don't know if they just finally started bringing it up last year, or they were working on it before then. I don't know. I really don't. So that's Nintendo's new system, right? So basically, what's going to happen here is, I think the next Xbox, which I really hope they don't call 720. I mean, seriously, they need to come up with a better title, because that's just dumb. Let's not do that, please, Microsoft. Come up with something better. I think they're working on theirs, and probably about by sometime next year. So that's going to happen. I think that's going to happen. I don't know. So that'll either be out next year, or they're going to debut at E3 for a possible date sometime in 2013. Probably like fall of 2013. And weird predictions, right? So that's pretty much going to leave PlayStation, and they're pretty much probably going to end up going with the PlayStation 4, and that's either going to come out by the end of next year or around the same time as Xbox, because there's no way Sony is going to let Xbox get a head start on them again this time. And therein is where I say the whole thing is going to suck, because apparently, since Nintendo's coming out with this new system, it's finally catching up to the HD. Finally catching up to the HD thing. I mean, they didn't do that last generation. And at the beginning of the generation, nobody really gave a shit. But in the later years, when HD started to become more and more affordable and more of the thing, Nintendo didn't have, so everybody pretty much turned on them, saying, "Oh, they don't have HD, so that's not real gaming." I mean, that's a story from the time, but basically that's pretty much what happened. So the biggest argument against Nintendo now is, oh well, besides the shovelware thing, was, oh well, their games aren't HD, they don't even whatever, shut up. They're last gen tech. Again, nobody gives a shit. Well, a lot of people give a shit, but I don't give a shit. So. So what happens is, because of this, and from what I hear, the whole thing with Nintendo, they're rushing theirs too. I mean, they really need to, I don't know what they're planning. But, hopefully it's going to come out. And the problem is, I can't speak too much for Nintendo on this, but the pricing for the other two systems, the Xbox and the Xbox whatever, and the PS4, I'm pretty sure going to be very ridiculous pricing. Based on the way things are, let's say maybe around, I don't know, $600-700. I don't know, it is possible, depending on all the tech they're going to shove in there. I mean, come on, they're going to try to make it just super powerful as possible. And therein is going to lie the other problem, which will also probably affect Nintendo as well as PlayStation and Xbox, is they're going to put such powerful hardware in there that the damn thing is going to burn itself out in about 2 or 3 years. Much like the PS3 did, much like what happened with the Xbox 360s, is at first, when they first put it in there, you're getting your Red Rings of Death, your Yellow Lights of Doom, whatever you want to call them. Stuff like that. Hell, even my Nintendo Wii, the disc drive died. I actually had to go send it to Nintendo to get it fixed. It cost me like $90. Thank you very much. It's like, yeah, the disc reader died. It took a crap. So, yeah, anyway. On that point, I forgot what I was saying. But yeah, so you're going to get this super powerful tech. It's going to cost you a lot of money. It's going to cost a lot of money, and I'm not going to sit there and spend the money on this if it's going to die on me in like a year or two. Any of them. I don't care if it's Nintendo. I don't care if it's Xbox. I don't care if it's PS4. Which, by the way, you know what PS4 is going to be? I will tell you exactly what PS4 is going to be. PS4 is going to be PS3 with Xbox Live capabilities. Sometimes what we're going to do is they're going to try to take a page from Xbox Live and going to make it close to Xbox Live as possible without it being Xbox Live, and you're probably going to have to pay for it. Now, again, this is a prediction, okay? This is a prediction, this is a theory. It could be dead wrong, nobody knows. But here's what I'm going to see. It might be a little more graphically powerful. Maybe they'll, like, up the power a bit more, because I know a lot of the games right now still aren't running on 1080p, and maybe that's something that in the later future they'll have more 1080p games. Or, you know, if the TVs come out that go above 1080p, I don't know if they do. They're probably ridiculously expensive right now, but even so, you know, up the ante. So, okay, I'm not going to say it's not going to be more powerful. I mean, the graphics won't be more powerful and stuff like that. And hopefully do something about the load times and come up with something different besides the Blu-ray. But, you know, stuff like that. So it's quite possible. Dry mouth here. So I'm not saying it's impossible that's going to be more powerful. I'm pretty sure that it's going to be more powerful. Try to push it further than it is. But quite frankly, as it stands, I think at the beginning, if I don't sit the whole thing out, I just might, you know, wait a couple years to see what happens. I want to see which one. And I'm not going to be looking at the games that come out for it, because we all know that, you know, we all know what Nintendo's going to get. It's going to get Mario, it's going to get Zelda, and stuff like that. If I'm going to pick up a Wii U, it's pretty much just going to be for those games. Let's face it. I'm definitely going to get a Wii U for those games alone. Hopefully, you know, they actually do something smart, and I doubt they're going to do this, is actually release it with a Mario game. An actual Mario game. Don't release it with something that's not Mario. Mario game, Mario whatever, Mario Wii U, call it whatever you want. Do it however you want. Just make sure it's released as a Mario game. Otherwise, you know, I'm pretty much going to wait on that. And again, I don't know what's going to happen with the PS4, Xbox 720. Like I said, this is my prediction of it, and quite frankly, I just don't see anything good coming out of this so far. It's going to be overpriced hardware. It's going to be overpowered hardware. And it's just going to burn itself out pretty quick. We've already had the examples here with the, like I said, with the current systems we have now. Like at the beginning, they all fell apart. Now some companies, you know, dealt with that problem better than others. Like Xbox lost a lot of money just by simply like refunding you a free one. Say, oops, our bad. Here you go, have a free Xbox. So you know, PS3 had a year warranty if you didn't get some kind of extended warranty on it, and if it died after the year warranty, it's like, oh yeah, we can fix it. It's going to cost you about half the price of what you paid for the system in the first place. So this is why I ended up buying a PS3, which I spent half on my new PS3 than I spent on my first version PS3. I got the first one about $500, so maybe 2/3. So yeah, all that basically happened. So like I said, I know technology is fallible, but they're going to try to stuff so much in there, it's going to burn itself out. It's like if you drank like 8 energy drinks a day, you're going to die fairly quickly. And that's basically what it's going to be, pumping all this power and tech into it that's at the time it's still going to be experimental, and the only thing to find out what works and what doesn't is during like the first initial sales and people buy the systems and it just like explodes or something in the middle of gameplay. So like I said, I'm not looking too forward to this whole, and you know, because like one system's going to come out, I don't know which one's going to go first. Could be Xbox 720, could be Wii, I don't know. But whatever one comes out first, the other two are going to try so hard to launch their stuff that they're going to rush it and there's going to be problems. Now, I'm not blaming any particular system for this. I'm saying whichever comes out first, whether it be the new Wii, the new PlayStation, the new Xbox, whatever one comes out first, the other two are going to start to rush theirs out, and there's probably going to be glitches and dying systems and things that don't work and whatever. And quite frankly, also to be honest, Nintendo for this whole generation has not exactly been too friendly to the American market to begin with. Basically because, and it was more or less economic reasons at first, because you know, at the time, I don't know if this is still true, you know, the US dollar became like the weakest form of currency throughout the world. So they were shipping their units to that's why Europe and stuff got more attention from Nintendo at first, because they got more money out of it than they did here. That was a problem when the Wii first came out. That was one of the problems. Most of the shipments went to Europe. That's why there's shortages here. Same thing when Wii Fit came out. Most of it went to Europe because they got more money out of it than they did here. This may or may not be the point of why these Operation Rainfall games were having trouble getting over here. Which, from what I hear, we are finally getting. You're actually going to finally get at least what is it, Xenosaga over here, but there is a problem with that, and I will address that in another video because I don't want to get off to a tangent here. I'm trying to focus here. There is something that I'm happy the game's coming over, but there's kind of glitch in this whole thing that really kind of pissed me off about it. So anyway, I'm just saying that when the new gaming generation comes, I am going to approach this one with caution. I mean, I pretty much did get a Wii close to the launch date. I was lucky enough to get a hold of one. The PS3, I waited about a year before I got one of those. When the price went down, they discontinued the 60. They discontinued the 60 gig, and I got the PS3 for like $500, down from $6. Yeah, I know, right? Big whoop. So we'll see. This one, I think I'm just gonna. I don't know yet. Unless somebody really wows me and comes up like, oh my god, I must have that. Which I don't know. Like I said, based on my experience the last couple of generations, I think I'm gonna hold off on this one. Maybe I'll finish off a bunch of the other games I didn't get finished through yet from the current gen. Or maybe I'll just go PC gaming. I don't know. Which I'll play on my little laptop here. I'm not gonna spend all this money on a overpowered PC video game, gaming PC, because I just don't feel like it. But yeah, so anyway, that's my thoughts on the subject. Hope I made a little sense. I'm just, like I'm saying, I'm not really looking forward too well to this new generation. I mean, in the past, when rumors and speculation stuff started coming on the new generation, I did look forward to it, oh, that looks kind of neat. But I don't know. Maybe I've grown. Maybe age, time, and wisdom have finally caught up to me and said, hey, man, sit back and just wait. So I don't know. Like I said, I'm just not looking forward too much to this one, especially with all of them. Nintendo, PlayStation, Xbox. I mean, I think the only one that really has anything to gain here could be the next Xbox. Is they could come up with something interesting, and not Connect 2. Let's not have a Connect 2. Let's face it. I'm pretty sure that motion controls are not going to make it too far into the next generation. I mean, even Nintendo already abandoned them, more or less. I mean, you got that new controller or whatever. A lot of people really hate it, but the way I see about that controller is right now I think it's a prototype, and when they come out with the final version, that's not going to be the one we see. I mean, it'll probably maybe be a little more streamlined, maybe a little smaller, maybe a little more compact, easier to deal with. Right now, I think what they have is not going to be that tablet-sized controller. I don't think it's going to be the final product. I mean, if you've seen the Wiimote at first, it was it looked ridiculous. But yeah, anyway, so that's that. That's all I have to say about that. If anybody has any other opinions, agree, disagree, whatever, let me know. Not that that'll actually happen, but whatever. So I'll see you guys around.